Great Northwoods to the Rock Mount Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a terrible loss for an Etna family watching as their longtime home goes up in flames.
Plus a crisis for emergency crews in Down East Maine who say there isn't enough staff to respond to calls for help.
And a special trade show that's teaching farmers about the latest skills and equipment.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have all the day's news coming up, but first a check of the forecast. Looks like today will be a real nice day out there. Lots of sunshine. It's pretty cold out there right now, but things are supposed to warm up a little bit as the day goes along.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, less breezy than yesterday.
Yeah.
So, sounds good to me. Here's Devin Biggs with a full forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We've made it to Wednesday and starting off on the quiet note this morning. Hardly anything going on here on the radar in Sally. Maybe some patchy fog developing in a few spots this morning. Shouldn't be very widespread, so you should be okay making that commute to work or school without much issue. Just be ready for a little bit of patchy fog if you do encounter it. We're going to be watching another system off toward the west that will be tracking off toward the east. And at least late tomorrow, at least through Friday, we'll have opportunities for wintry precipitation that will be moving in. A wintry mix possibly switching over to all rain as temperatures rise. The winds today will not be a huge deal at all. Mainly at around 5 miles per hour or less. Directions will switch around from time to time. But that next system will start to approach by Thursday, and we'll start seeing the winds increase as that system starts to move in. But as for today, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds. But by tonight, the clouds begin to move in. And the snow chances, just a small chance through Thursday, but better chances as we head towards Thursday night. So for today, upper 20s, mostly sunny and just nice out there. North wind at about 5 miles per hour. As we head towards tonight, 16 degrees, becoming mostly cloudy, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. As we look ahead towards tomorrow, 34 degrees, mostly cloudy again. Maybe a slight chance for snow showers later in the day. That southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Right, your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period. A lot of sunshine today. Temperatures reaching for the upper 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. A man accused of murder made his first court appearance on Tuesday. 47-year-old Matthew Pendleton is accused of killing 47-year-old Kevin Currett of Lincolnville. He was found dead inside of Pendleton's home on Friday. According to court documents, Pendleton engaged in conduct that, quote, manifested a depraved indifference to the value of human life, unquote, which resulted in the death of Kevin Currett. During his arraignment Tuesday in Belfast, some members of Currett's family had to be removed from the courtroom following an outburst. Pendleton is expected back in court February 6th and is currently being held without bail at the Waldo County Jail.
Well, in other news, a fast-moving fire ravaged a house in Etna, leaving a family devastated over the loss of a home that they've owned for decades. Our Matthew Jaroncic has the story.
Multiple fire departments responded to a structure fire that broke out in Etna Tuesday morning.
We responded. Carmel got here before we did. They said the whole building was totally engulfed.
We were at work and we got a call saying that the house was on fire, so we got here as soon as we could.
According to neighbors in the area, by the time the fire departments arrived, the fire already had a big head start. Firefighters went to work trying to save as much as they could. Unfortunately, they were dealing with a fast-moving blaze.
Well, water, our hydrant down here didn't work, so they had to go put a Plymouth filters to get water, just to get enough crew to fight the fire.
Dealing with the loss of their homestead, the Whitleys are thinking of more than the house itself, but what is inside the home they fear is ruined.
We just don't understand what we did to have all this go on, and now it's a total loss of the house and everything of my grandfather that he worked for 38 years is gone, just like that.
A total loss, but they are glad no one was home when the fire broke out. Their German Shepherd King was home at the time, but has not been found. They are hoping he ran off and will return soon.
Always came, this was my home, just as much as my aunt and my grandfather.
Matthew Jaroncic, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
An important meeting will be held in Down East Maine this week to discuss a crisis facing local emergency medical crews. They say some services may have to be cut unless local towns provide more funding. Devin Dagnall explains.
When you call 911, there may not be somebody there to help. The state of Maine is facing an unprecedented EMS crisis that worsens by the day. Nancy Parrott, the service representative of Petit Manan Ambulance Corps, says that most of the crisis can be attributed to a lack of funding provided for EMS crews by the towns they serve. The reason emergency medical services rely on their towns for a majority of their funding is most insurance providers only cover up to 80% of the cost of an ambulance, leaving a large portion of the bill that often goes unpaid.
We did a financial analysis, and if you're doing more than 1,800 calls a year, you lose about $400 to $450 every time you go on a call. If you're doing less than 800 calls a year, you're losing $2,000 every time you go on a call.
The lack of funding often results in understaffing. Low staffing means that one EMS crew gets multiple calls in their town. They must rely on the help of other crews in surrounding areas. However, if and when one of those other crews respond to help a neighboring town, they also leave their town at risk.
When another emergency comes in, we have to cover each other. So Pleasant River covers, Petit Manan covers their area when they're out. We all back each other up, and it's a crucial system.
Parrott says that without more funding, ambulance corps like hers could have to close. She says that if any of these stations were to go under, it would mean a town with multiple emergency calls could have to wait hours for a crew to arrive. In some cases, that could mean the difference between life and death.
We had a situation the other day for Millbridge at Critical Run, and our backup unit that would be covering this area at the time, they had Moosabec, and that would have at least taken 45 minutes from Moosabec to Millbridge.
Parrott says that there will be a meeting on Thursday afternoon in Columbia Falls in an attempt to educate town officials about the situation and gather support from the public. In Millbridge for ABC7 and Fox 22, I'm Devin Dagnalt.
The Maine Department of Corrections has confirmed the death of an inmate at the Mountain View Correctional Facility in Charleston. 71-year-old Dennis Van Wart died at approximately 2 o'clock Tuesday morning. In 1996, Van Wart began serving a 60-year sentence for murder. Consistent with the Maine Department of Justice policy, the Attorney General's office, the state police, and medical examiner were all notified about his death.
More than $5 million in Maine Jobs Recovery Plan grants will be added to entrepreneurs and startups in the state. The money comes from a second round of grants from the Pandemic Recovery for an Innovative Maine Economy program. The funding is focused on supporting startup companies. 16 Maine organizations have been awarded the money. They will use the funds for initiatives to grow local food economies and food processing, advancing innovation in agriculture and expanding entrepreneurship to more people in Maine.
The United States Supreme Court has declined to review a challenge to Maine's first-in-the-nation consumer protection law, requiring cable companies to prorate customers' final month of service. The law was passed by the legislature and was originally set to go into effect in September of 2020. It was stalled when Spectrum filed a suit in federal court. By declining to hear Spectrum's petition, the Supreme Court has effectively upheld the legality of the law. Attorney General Aaron Fry said, quote, just as it would be unacceptable for a restaurant to charge for undelivered food or Amazon to charge for an undelivered package, large cable companies should not be permitted to charge for cable that is not provided. I'm thrilled that customers will no longer have to pay after they cancel their subscriptions. I strongly encourage Mainers who didn't get what they were owed going back to September 2020 to request their refunds.
The Bangor Area Recovery Network, also known as BARN, launched its new Recovery Justice Program. The program will provide community-based recovery support to incarcerated individuals, as well as those recently released from incarceration and first-time offenders. The goal is to help these individuals enter or continue recovery from substance use disorders. BARN's Recovery Justice Program Coordinator, Angela Walker, says the program will collaborate with law enforcement agencies and correctional facilities to build and develop these new services.
We will be resourcing out with local agencies in the area to make sure that their whole well-being is taken care of.
The program is made possible by $270,000 in American Rescue Plan Act funds, which were granted to BARN by the Penobscot County Commissioners.
Sounds good. I was just reading, too, by the way, as far as those funds in Bangor is concerned, it sounds like they've come up with a plan. They've been talking about that for quite a while, like how much is it going to go to the homeless population, that kind of thing. Sounds like they do have a plan now. Now they're going to have to figure it out, how it all works with the budget. So we'll be hearing more about that in the coming days as well.
Absolutely. Places like Barn fill a big gap of need in our community.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, the time now is 6:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll visit a special trade show in Augusta that's keeping farmers up to date on the latest skills and equipment.
But first, another check of your forecast. Today, a mostly sunny day with highs near 27. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows dropping down to 16. Tomorrow, a mostly cloudy day. A little bit warmer with highs near 34 degrees.
It's time to start planning that new home or garage you've been thinking about. Hammond Lumber Company is here to help, offering complete building packages with everything you need. With several options on their website and thousands of unique plans in their in-house drawing catalog. Hammond will help you make your dreams a reality. Choose your materials from Hammond's extensive showroom displays, and Hammond will deliver your order from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Start planning your new home or garage at Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
This week, say good morning to...
Hi guys, Jamie Oliver here. Tune in for 3 days cooking with me. The quickest, easiest, most delicious recipes for the new year.
This week, the most delicious mornings are on...
Good Morning America. It's gonna be the best thing ever.
Big trucks rule the road. They're dangerous and they can cause big, bad injuries. But the big trucking companies don't stand a chance against me. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
How do you figure that it's not your fault? If not yours, then whose?
Marilyn Million.
Look, Miss.
Don't call me Miss, it's Judge.
Well, Miss Judge.
Not Miss Judge, just Judge.
The People's Court.
I like your style, Judge.
All this week at 4 on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. An annual trade show has returned to Augusta, giving people in the agriculture field a chance to learn about the latest technologies and practices to become more successful. David Ledford takes us there.
The Maine Agricultural Trade Show kicked off its first in-person gathering in 2 years at the Augusta Civic Center. The event brings together farmers and dozens of businesses from across the state to network and collaborate on how to produce better agricultural products for Maine. However, for many at the event, including University of Maine Cooperative Extension Representative Tara Marble, the 3-day expo is also a chance to spread awareness about Maine's dwindling population of farmers.
The population of Maine's average farmer is actually getting older, which means there are less people who are coming into the industry. No one is sort of going into that field.
Despite steady business for remaining farms, some say that the declining farming population has already begun to have an effect on the industry.
Dairy consumption across the country is the highest it has ever been, but there are less dairy farms producing the same amount of milk for all of the number of Mainers that we have.
Others are hoping to recruit young farmers to help to solve this issue.
We're looking for growers. One of the goals of the Maine Grain Alliance is to provide them with seed so that they can help them make a living.
In addition to opportunities for farmers on the show floor, the event will offer presentations on current agricultural trends and research, and even provide certification courses for those interested. The trade show will run from January 10th to the 12th, and there is no cost to attend. In Augusta, David Ledford for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And to learn more about that event, you can visit maine.gov/DACF.
The Maine Organic Farmers and Gardeners Association revealed the winner of this year's artwork contest for the 2023 Common Ground Country Fair. Artist Rebecca Lowell's piece, Monarchs and Milkweed, unveiled at the year's agricultural trade show, will be used in all promotional materials for the upcoming fair, including posters and pamphlets. According to fair director April Boucher, the artwork represents more than the fair itself.
This is something that we do every year so that we can lift up local artists, and they also help support us and really help current farmers and also people who are interested in farming.
The annual fair will take place this coming fall from September 22nd to the 24th. In addition to food and live music, the events will feature more than 600 educational workshops and 400 local artisans for Mainers to check out. To learn more, visit mofga.org/thefair.
Very neat. Beautiful work of art, too.
Absolutely. I love seeing the new works that come out for them.
Well, the time now is 6:15. Coming up after the break, we'll have an in-depth look of the Herman School District Committee's meeting on Monday night that drew a crowd and had many minds set on a proper outcome.
We'll be right back with the details.
Already that home runs, huh?
Hey, pass me the keys, Rob. I haven't had anything to drink.
Good idea.
We've learned to speak up to prevent drinking and driving. So why don't we speak up to prevent texting and driving? The results can be the same. Speak up. Lives depend on it. Don't drive intoxicated. Don't drive intoxicated. A sobering message from AAA.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal.
Huang Li Chinese restaurant in Pittsfield has a wide selection of tasty dishes, including poo-poo for two with rice, General Tao chicken, sesame chicken, beef teriyaki, and more. They are just minutes from Interstate 95 Pittsfield exit.
On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Welcome back. On Monday night, the Herman School Committee rejected a proposed book rating system for the school's library. Some parents have been divided on whether students should have access to a fraction of the books in the library, which some say contain explicit content. A.J. Douglas has more on the meeting.
The Herman School District rejected a proposed library book rating system Monday night. If passed, more than 80 books would have received a rating based on sexual content. Many parents in support of the rating system expressed their discomfort for the existing books available at Herman High School's library.
Items on your agenda this evening is criteria for selection of age-appropriate books that students have access to in school libraries. The books currently available that I am mostly concerned about are littered with incest, sex, rape, profanity, prostitution, and child trafficking.
A few students called the rating system censorship and expressed that they felt attacked.
I see myself as the sort of values that are being fought against here. To me, it feels like parents in this community are sort of sought to attack children in school.
Assault on literature and on knowledge is absolutely deplorable. I don't see any real issue with these books because, fun fact, sex happens.
Herman School Committee member Haley Keyser says teachers at the school district participate in a training titled How to Survive a Book Challenge.
And then they offer ideas for educators, ideas to expose kids to books that have been challenged by providing presentations of all books that have been challenged, creating bulletin boards of why they were challenged, and providing the content. I myself have sat through a training with a librarian who provides an end of the year presentation.
Grant says the existing policy in Maine establishes how library materials are selected by educators in alignment with Maine's learning requirements.
But we didn't feel like we as a district were in a position to rate books and tell people, what is appropriate and what's not appropriate for their individual child. And we believe in parents having the right to opt their students out of certain literature if they feel that it violates their values.
In Herman, A.J. Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
All right. Well, that seems to be settled, at least for now. Time to turn our attention to the forecast. And fortunately, it doesn't look like we have any big storms on tap, although tomorrow night it looks like a little snow will arrive in the area, which could create some slippery driving conditions the following day. In the meantime, let's just enjoy the sunshine.
The sun's out.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Biggs.
All right, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Overall, not too bad out there this morning. Again, a lot of clear skies. You might notice some patchy fog, but it will be very hit and miss in a few spots. Observations haven't shown much fog this morning, so we should be okay. It shouldn't be anything widespread should we encounter that. But we're going to be watching our next system located right about in here, actually. And we're going to be watching this thing tracking off towards the east over time. And at least by tomorrow night through Friday, a wind shear mix switching over to rain will be expected with some warming temperatures that will also begin to move in. And I'm sure many of you have heard about the activity going on in parts of California with this area of low pressure right here. And just flows of moisture moving in as well. Plenty of rain and snow in places that have seen just too much of it in a short amount of time. So moving forward, though, again for today here in our neck of the woods, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds out there, but by tonight more clouds will approach ahead of our next system. And most of Thursday should be dry as clouds moving in and slight chances for snow later in the day. Better opportunities will move in later on as we head towards Thursday night and parts of Friday with some snow in areas, so it's switching over to rain with temperatures that will be rising over time. So the general idea looks a little bit like this. So the system will begin to move in. Here's 6 o'clock in the evening on Thursday. Most of this will start to move in. A little bit of a wind shear mix expected as we'll see some snow and some rain. We'll notice the transition line moving to the north, so we'll see this switching over to all rain with temperatures that could get close to 50 at times as we head towards your Friday and some gusty winds as well. But notice the timing of the system. A lot of this will be out of here by Saturday, so by Saturday afternoon, most of the activity will be out of the area, and we'll be done with that overall. But more precipitation, again, at least this is going to count some of the melted down snow and all the rainfall expected to 1 to 2 inches of rain before we're all finished up. So looking pretty decent out there overall. And a little bit of snow in the northern ends of the state as well. Not so much for our neck of the woods, so maybe a few inches early before it all melts, and maybe a little bit more further off towards the north before some of that melts, of course, with the rising temperatures and the rainfall expected. Our average high temperature is 28 degrees for this time of the year. To switch over to temperatures real quick, we'll be in the upper 20s today, so right near average. Middle 30s Thursday, getting close to 50 degrees for your Friday, maybe falling just a little bit short, and cooling off again to the 20s and 30s moving forward for the next several days afterward. So your forecast for today, upper 20s, mostly sunny, north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 16 degrees, mostly cloudy, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Looking ahead towards tomorrow, 34 degrees, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for snow later in the afternoon. Southeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. So our wind shear mix switches over to all rain for your Friday. Temperatures in the upper 40s. We start to dry out by Saturday. Mostly cloudy temperatures in the mid-30s. Upper 20s on Sunday with a mostly sunny sky.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop is now open in Newport. Our unique building is a converted 1800s single-family home that we've given a new life to. A home for treasures, from antiques, collectibles, unique gifts, and so much more. Come make the rounds throughout the many rooms on all 3 floors as you wander back in time or find a unique gift that's perfect for that special someone or that hard to buy for a relative. So come visit us today. Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop, 147 Main Street, Newport.
This week on Jeopardy!
I will bet the whole shebang. The whole shebang. A true daily double. Woo.
One player brags about beating all-time legend James Holzhauer.
My team won 2 Scholastic Bowl state championships, and his won 0.
Wow.
And we go back 25 years.
What did he come up with? Who is Max? Who is Max?
Max is my 9-year-old.
To introduce you to Max.
My dad was on in 1997.
Will he make his father proud on Jeopardy?
All this week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. New images of the flood disaster in California and more rain is headed their way. The deadly parade of storms slamming the state in recent days. More evacuations are now underway. ABC's Christy Lido has the details.
This morning, the death toll is expected to rise from the catastrophic parade of storms slamming California. The unrelenting weather has dumped 36 inches of rain on parts of the state since Christmas, killing at least 17 people. 2 recent deaths were from lightning strikes, and a boy remains missing after floodwaters swept away his mother's car.
We've had less people die in the last 2 years of major wildfires in California that have died since New Year's Day related to this weather.
Now, forecasters warn the storms will continue for at least another week, with, quote, enormous cyclone poised to bring up to 10 more inches of rain to Northern California in the coming days. And east of San Francisco, the entire community of Planada has evacuated because of rising floodwater. In Southern California, Pasadena police say this driver of this Tesla lost control in the rain, slamming through a wall and into a pool. 2 teachers at a nearby school saw the crash and rescued the driver. Emergency crews had to pull a woman and a girl to safety after 2 vehicles ended up falling into this massive sinkhole. Another sinkhole in Santa Barbara County damaged 15 homes.
Hey, you missed a spot.
At Union Station in Los Angeles, golf carts were needed to shuttle passengers from the flooding. And it's not just California. 10 states are under alerts for severe weather.
That was Christy Alito reporting. Meanwhile, the search for a missing Massachusetts woman has taken a grim turn. Investigators were spotted digging through a transfer station yesterday, looking for evidence in the disappearance of 39-year-old Anna Walsh. Authorities confirmed they found a number of items that could be related to the case. They include blood, a hatchet, hacksaw, a rug, and cleaning supplies. The mother of 3 was reported missing by her co-workers back on January 4th. Her husband, 47-year-old Brian Walsh, is currently charged with misleading police, claiming he lied to investigators about his whereabouts around the time she vanished. Investigators are also testing blood stains and a bloody knife found in the couple's basement.
Protests in Mexico over a new migration agreement between the U.S. and Mexico. Demonstrators gathering in Mexico City Tuesday angered over a new plan sending 30,000 migrants per month from Cuba, Haiti, Venezuela, and Nicaragua back across the border. The number of migrants crossing the U.S.-Mexico border has skyrocketed during Biden's first 2 years in office. The protests taking place as Biden, Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau meet at the National Palace in Mexico City for the North American Leaders Summit.
We're learning more this morning about those classified records recently discovered at a private office once used by President Biden. The documents date back to his time as vice president in the Obama White House. And now Biden himself is breaking his silence about that discovery. ABC's Justin Finch has the latest from Washington.
At a summit in Mexico, President Biden addressing those classified records while adding some distance, suggesting they were brought to his former office without his knowledge.
I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there to that office.
Sources tell ABC News Biden's lawyers discovered roughly 10 classified documents, some marked top secret, all dated between 2013 and 2016. The New York Times reports the papers include briefing materials on foreign countries from when Biden was vice president.
They've turned over the boxes to the archives, and we're cooperating fully.
Trump-appointed U.S. Attorney John Lausch now investigating. That probe coming as a special counsel investigates why former President Donald Trump took hundreds of classified records with him to his Mar-a-Lago home.
They have to eat their words, but the hypocrisy.
The Republican-led House Oversight Committee also investigating. But there are critical differences between these cases. ABC has learned it does not appear Biden personally asked for the documents to be moved from the White House. while Trump knowingly took hundreds of classified documents, some marked top secret, when he left office. The White House insists Biden's legal team immediately informed archives as soon as they discovered those documents. Whereas Trump refused to hand over the classified material for months, even resisting a subpoena, before the FBI finally searched his Mar-a-Lago estate. And more questions remain about those Biden records, including why were his lawyers packing up his old office, and could there be anything in those records that could damage the president politically?
Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll hear from the chef of Bissell Brothers in Milo, who's cooking up a locally sourced protein which is simmered in Heritage.
Plus, we'll get a recap of the rainy but not dampened Golden Globe Awards. Those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. And now may be your last chance to get one before they're gone. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. Here's what you see with that ordinary rear view mirror, and here's what you see with Angel View. Look, over 800,000 blind spot accidents occur each year. You think you're clear to change lanes, but you're not. And that's why they call it a blind spot. But Angel View's crystal clear mirror gives you perfect panoramic vision without that awful fisheye effect like other little mirrors. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Angel View installs in seconds to virtually any car or SUV. And the spring-loaded rubber feet automatically adjust to hold on tight. From a senior driver to a first-time teen, and everyone in between. With Angel View, you see them. Without it, you won't. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99 through this special offer. But wait, there's breaking news. Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 3 Angel Views per order while supplies last. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-537-6574. That's 1-800-537-6574. Or visit getangelview.com. So call 1-800-537-6574. Order now.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Today is Wednesday, January 11th, 2023, and today is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. I thought it would be a good time to talk about this to raise awareness. As is the entire month of January, it's being recognized as National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. So, what's human trafficking? It's the practice of exploiting adults and children for use as commodities. Commodities is one of those big words. Commodities is like an object. It's like you're trading them as you would things. Sure. In conditions of sexual and labor servitude. It's also known as modern slavery. Statistics from SafeHorizon.org show us that nearly 25 million people were victims of forced labor in 2017. And this practice of forced labor in the private economy generates an estimated $150 billion in illegal profits internationally per year. A really tough topic to talk about, and I think it's important to be aware of. I was really shocked when I learned a few years ago how many child slaves are used in the chocolate industry.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All around the world this is happening. And
right.
It's happening right here in Maine, for that matter. There's been some cases in recent years, so it is good to talk about it.
Right. I use that example of far away in other countries, but it still happens right here, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big issue.
Yep.
Well, to learn more, you can head on over to safehorizon.org. On this day in history, in 1922, we see a historic invention in medicine when insulin was first used on humans to treat diabetes. As medical scientist Frederick, what's his name? Banting, I couldn't read the end of it, injected a 14-year-old diabetic with insulin. And in 1935, Amelia Earhart flies from Honolulu to Oakland, California, nonstop, of course. Did you know that she visited Bangor one time, too?
No, I didn't.
I saw a picture one time. She was down at the Bangor House Hotel, which is, they call it the Bangor House, but there's a picture of her standing underneath one of the porticos when she made a visit to Bangor.
You'll have to show me that photo. That hotel has housed a lot of great people.
When I drive by it now, every time I can picture her sitting there or standing there in front of that portico. So there's a lot of neat history
Bangor's
that went on
changed a
there.
lot over the years. That's very cool.
And in 1949, on this day, the first snowfall was recorded in Los Angeles. Kind of freaked them out to see any snow out there.
I know. Anything coming from the sky.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, for birthdays today, we have founding father Alexander Hamilton, who served as the first Secretary of the Treasury from 1789 to 1795, and famously died following a duel with Aaron Burr. I memorized more of those facts from that than any other thing he did in history. And for a living and celebrity birthday, it's singer-songwriter Mary J. Blige's birthday today. She's 51.
I love her voice, too.
I do, too.
Yeah, really
she
good.
seems like she's only getting better with age as well. Good for her.
Yeah, just a unique voice, and I love her background, how she's turned things around. And, she's had some breaks along the way, thanks to some good people.
But she's back full throttle again.
Good
for her. Good. Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as the weather goes, we have a beautiful day in store. If you bundle up, it's a good day for a walk or getting outside.
Sure, do it today because tomorrow it's going to be cloudy.
Absolutely. A wintry mix is on its way later in the week. Here's Devin Biggs.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We've made it to Wednesday, and starting off on the quiet note this morning, hardly anything going on here on the radar in Sally. Maybe some patchy falling developing in a few spots this morning. Shouldn't be very widespread, so you should be okay making that commute to work or school without much issue. Just be ready for a little bit of patchy fog if you do encounter it. We're going to be watching another system off toward the west that will be tracking off toward the east, and at least late tomorrow, at least through Friday, we'll have opportunities for wintry precipitation that will be moving in. A wintry mix possibly switching over to all rain as temperatures rise. The winds today will not be a huge deal at all. Mainly at around 5 miles per hour or less. Directions will switch around from time to time. But that next system will start to approach by Thursday, and we'll start seeing the winds increase as that system starts to move in. But as for today, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds. But by tonight, the clouds begin to move in. And the snow chances, just a small chance through Thursday, but better chances as we head towards Thursday night. So for today, upper 20s, mostly sunny and just nice out there. North wind at about 5 miles per hour. As we head towards tonight, 16 degrees, becoming mostly cloudy, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. As we look ahead towards tomorrow, 34 degrees, mostly cloudy again. Maybe a slight chance for snow showers later in the day. That southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Right, your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period. A lot of sunshine today. Temperatures reaching for the upper 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. A chef from Bissell Brothers in Milo is cooking with one of the country's oldest sources of meat, the American bison. Chef Joe Robbins says it's his favorite protein and one that's grown right here in Maine. Our Jody Hersey gives us an example.
I had an uncle in my family that was like, out of the males, he was the one that cooked the most, so I was inspired by him a little bit.
4 days a week, Chef Joe Robbins is tapping into his roots while he's cooking and plating dishes at Bissell Brothers in Milo. Robbins, who is a Penobscot native, loves using bison meat in his Navajo tacos.
We get all of our bison from Bigelow Fields, which is in Eustis, Maine. Mike and Nicole Weaver are first-generation bison farmers.
It's a protein that's a customer favorite at the restaurant and an item that caught the attention of Yanasa TV.
They more or less are trying to show people how important bison is. I mean, it's our original mammal of this continent. If it's the natural thing that's, eaten our grassland for the last 1,000, 2,000 years, it makes so much sense.
Whether or not Yanasa TV is able to get its episode about Chef Joe's Navajo tacos on a network or even a streaming service is still uncertain. However, Robbins says going back to our roots and really relying on what is homegrown and raised on our soil just might be the best ingredient for the future.
If our food doesn't get documented and figured out in the next couple decades, it goes away completely because there's no place in the world that's going to cook it. So that's kind of important that we get it documented and have it be a part of history.
In Milo, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
And when we return, Tyler Cruz and Ryan Sudol will have your latest with local sports.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
I never get the flu.
My kids don't need more shots.
I don't have time.
We're all healthy.
No matter how you build your excuses, the flu can blow your house down.
I can't believe I used up all my sick time.
I missed a week of school during finals.
Now my baby has it because of me.
The hospital?
Keep your foundation strong. Vaccinate.
Friday nights are about to get wild for basketball fans. Friday Night Fast Break is your source for everything that is Maine high school basketball, highlights, and local analysis. It's the only show that hits every corner of Maine's hardwood hoop landscape, high school, college, and professional. Join us Friday night during basketball season for Friday Night Fast Break on ABC 7 News at 11. Brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Plan and build your ideal new home or garage with a customized building package from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Maine men's hockey series sweep against Anchorage was a thrilling one, especially on Saturday in the second game where a new face had his first signature Black Bear moment. Ryan Sudol has the story.
After dropping a sweep to Colgate, Maine men's hockey got back on track this past weekend with a sweep of their own against Anchorage.
It was huge, When we were in Colgate, we had a tough go. Those are two games we really want back. But you can't look in the past. We just had to put it behind us and play the right way, and that's what we did.
Both games were one-goal games, including Saturday's 4-3 thriller, where the Black Bears won in overtime off a goal by sophomore Cole Hansen.
I was just lucky enough to put it home, and the crowd went crazy, which will be a really good memory for me for sure.
Good to see a guy step up and make a play in overtime. It's fun to see guys when they realize that what their potential might be, and then they get an opportunity, and then they take advantage of opportunities.
Hansen transferred from Colgate in the offseason and took the chance to go to UMaine as a means to surround himself with something special.
I just wanted to go somewhere that had a really good culture and that wanted to build something, and this seemed like the spot, and I'm really happy with my decision for sure.
Black Bear Nation is happy with his choice too. He has 5 goals, tied for the second most on the team. Head coach Ben Barr says his abilities come from his physicality on the ice.
He plays really hard. He plays hard and he can skate. He's a strong kid. He's not a huge kid, but he's strong. It just makes you effective.
The Black Bears hope everyone's effectiveness will bring success in this weekend's series against conference foe UMass Lowell. A quite meticulous squad to prepare for.
They play hard, they play tight, and they kind of play the same type of game we want to play. A lot of details and not giving up a whole lot.
We got to match their details and their defensive attitude, because if we don't, it's going to be a long weekend.
Reporting for ABC 7 Fox 22, I'm Ryan Sudol.
All right, thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to that weekend series this weekend at the Alphon. Let's stay with the Black Bears now, and we'll just head across the lot to Alphon Stadium. Just a day after the college football season officially ended, Maine football released their full 2023 schedule. They kick off 235 days from Tuesday at Florida International, playing them for the very first time. And then they head to FCS powerhouse, North Dakota State, 17-time national champion, for the first time as well the week after that. Their home opener and conference opener is the following week when the Rhodey Rams come up. And then they'll head to William and Mary. They host Stony Brook and then head to Richmond. They will play Long Island, Campbell, and Hampton before the bye week. And that bye week is very strategically placed right before closing out the season with the battle for the Bryce Cowell Musket over in New Hampshire. And that's a big one. And I'm pumped that Rhode Island's coming up to Maine. It's been since 2019 since the Rams were up in Orono. Let's stay in Orono and over to the high school scene now. We will hit the hardwood. Red Riots in action on Tuesday for a boys and girls doubleheader. We'll start with the girls, the Trojans coming from over from Bar Harbor on Tuesday. MDI looking to make a push here in January. Riots looking for win number 1. Third quarter, Trojans up. Ball goes inside to Molly Gray, and she she's going to finish through traffic and the foul. Couple plays later, same thing. Another bucket from Gray on the inside. A little triangle offense there. She would get that one to go off the bank, but Orono would fight, though. Here is Dakota Shorey recovering the loose ball, pulling up and splashing home the three from the outside, but MDI was in control all game. This one's going to go to Mallory Dunbar on the left elbow. A little skip pass here. She's looking to pass, decides she's open, and she twicks the open three. Trojans pick up win number 4, 53-19 is the final. All right, same matchup here with the boys. Orono looking to improve to 9-1 with a win over the visiting Trojans. We're going to pick this one up right at the beginning in the first quarter. Trojans are going to strike first. It's going to be Spencer Lorendo. He swings it over and hits Caden Reed. He nails the long-range jumper off the catch and shoot. Trojans up 5-0 early, but Ben Francis now on the other end gets to his spot, fakes, pulls up. He gets the mid-range to go. And then it's the other Francis, Will Francis. He finds Pierce Walston on the inside, gets the bucket. Good ball movement there. Back and forth to start, though. This one is Cal Hodgden for MDI. He scores on the inside for the Trojans. Tough finish inside, but the Riots would roll on to win. There is Pierce Walston on the fast break. Win number 9, 68-54 is the final. All right, we're going to head down to VZ now at Eastern Maine Sports Academy. Another Down East team paying a visit to the area. It's Machias and Bangor Christian going at it. First quarter here, the Patriots would strike first. This ball is going to go to Abby Brown on the inside. Nice pass from Lindsay Durst. 2-0 Patriots, but Machias would fire back after that. Nice move here from Skylar Tinker. She gets the bucket for the Bulldogs on the inside. Bulldogs again. This time it's going to be Jaden Anderson. She's going to pick up 3 the hard way and 1 right there with the left. And then it's Jada Case. She is money from mid-range. Machias wins this one 46-20. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back.
Are you fed up with high prices at the pump? Do monthly utility bills drain your wallet?
If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Anderson is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Anderson today.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
Bring them on. If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. A place as spectacular as, well, me.
I think we might know a place, right, guys?
Bring your friends. Oh, wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA, 7A, every day. Boom, boom, boom.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Robin. Good morning, America. How are you?
Boom! Now that's how you start your day, people.
The first major awards ceremony of 2023 took place last night in a rain-soaked Beverly Hills, but it didn't dampen the excitement at this year's 80th Golden Globe Awards. Here's ABC's Will Gantz.
Hollywood's Golden Night is back.
The Oscar goes to... No. Wait, Golden Globe, yeah.
The biggest stars of film and television reuniting at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Hollywood for the Golden Globes.
The Golden Globe goes to... Angela Bassett, baby, come on! Yeah!
Brad Pitt, Rihanna, Margot Robbie, all back together following years of controversy surrounding the lack of diversity in the Hollywood Foreign Press Association.
Like 1 minute, you're making mint tea at home. The next, you're invited to be the black face of an embattled white organization.
Comedian Gerard Carmichael explaining his decision to host with his signature deadpan.
She said, boy, if you don't put on a good suit and take them white people money.
And the big winners of the night, Abbott Elementary.
Thank you for believing in this show about a group of teachers from Philadelphia. It has resonated with the world in a way that I couldn't even imagine it would have. But let's be real, I did imagine, that's why I sold it to you. Thank you.
And Everything Everywhere All at Once. Eddie Murphy honored with the Cecil B. DeMille Award, offering advice to up-and-comers.
And keep Will Smith's wife's name mouth!
But the fan favorite...
Wow, I can put this down, right? No, I don't work out, you know what I mean? I can't hold it that long.
Jennifer Coolidge, thanking White Lotus creator Mike White.
You sort of changed my life in a million different ways, and my neighbors are speaking to me, things like that.
So what does all of this mean for the Oscars? Well, the Banshees of Inisherin and The Fabelmans are early favorites for Best Film. Michelle Yeoh will square off against Cate Blanchett for Best Actress, and Austin Butler took home last night's award for Best Actor for playing Elvis, which makes him a front-runner heading into the rest of awards season. A lot to be excited about there.
Will Gantz reporting. A lot of excitement there at the Beverly Hilton last night.
Yeah.
Nice to see Eddie Murphy getting some recognition, too.
I know, he's back. I grew up with him, and I haven't seen him for a few years, so he's back.
So funny.
I'm glad to see it. Yep. Here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
All right, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Overall, not too bad out there this morning. Again, a lot of clear skies. You might notice some patchy fog, but it will be very hit and miss in a few spots. Observations haven't shown much fog this morning, so we should be okay. It shouldn't be anything widespread should we encounter that. But we're going to be watching our next system located right about in here, actually. And we're going to be watching this thing tracking off towards the east over time. And at least by tomorrow night through Friday, a wind shear mix switching over to rain will be expected with some warming temperatures that will also begin to move in. And I'm sure many of you have heard about the activity going on in parts of California with this area of low pressure right here. And just flows of moisture moving in as well. Plenty of rain and snow in places that have seen just too much of it in a short amount of time. So moving forward, though, again for today here in our neck of the woods, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds out there, but by tonight more clouds will approach ahead of our next system. And most of Thursday should be dry as clouds moving in and slight chances for snow later in the day. Better opportunities will move in later on as we head towards Thursday night and parts of Friday with some snow in areas, so it's switching over to rain with temperatures that will be rising over time. So the general idea looks a little bit like this. So the system will begin to move in. Here's 6 o'clock in the evening on Thursday. Most of this will start to move in. A little bit of a wind shear mix expected as we'll see some snow and some rain. But notice the transition line moving to the north, so we'll see this switching over to all rain with temperatures that could get close to 50 at times as we head towards your Friday and some gusty winds as well. But notice the timing of the system. A lot of this will be out of here by Saturday, so by Saturday afternoon, most of the activity will be out of the area, and we'll be done with that overall. But more precipitation, again, at least this is going to count some of the melted down snow and all the rainfall expected to 1 to 2 inches of rain before we're all finished up. So looking pretty decent out there overall. And a little bit of snow in the northern ends of the state as well. Not so much for our neck of the woods, so maybe a few inches early before it all melts, and maybe a little bit more further off towards the north before some of that melts, of course, with the rising temperatures and the rainfall expected. Our average high temperature is 28 degrees for this time of the year. To switch over to temperatures real quick, we'll be in the upper 20s today, so right near average. Middle 30s Thursday, getting close to 50 degrees for your Friday, maybe falling just a little bit short, and cooling off again to the 20s and 30s moving forward for the next several days afterward. So your forecast for today, upper 20s, mostly sunny, north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 16 degrees, mostly cloudy, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Looking ahead towards tomorrow, 34 degrees, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for snow later in the afternoon. Southeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. So our wind shear mix switches over to all rain for your Friday. Temperatures in the upper 40s. We start to dry out by Saturday. Mostly cloudy temperatures in the mid-30s. Upper 20s on Sunday with a mostly sunny sky.
Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
Before and bath fitter. Before and bath fitter. If you have a before bath, now's the time to call Bath Fitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub-over-tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right, backed by a lifetime warranty. Join over 2 million happy customers who know it just fits. Bath Fitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Taylor Events and Equipment Rental in Bangor for all your wedding and events. Tents, tables, chairs, and more. Also, see us for your home project equipment rentals. Taylor Events and Equipment Rental, 1179 Hammond Street in Bangor.
Hi, we're the Goldbergs, and this season I'm making all of you my honorary schmoopies. Oh, balls! And as my new little schmooze, I expect you home every Wednesday with the family.
The Goldbergs returns ABC tonight.
Calling all Doritos fans, you can star in their Super Bowl ad. The sweet and tangy barbecue chip is Frito-Lay's newest creation. The company wants to show it off at their 23rd annual Super Bowl ad, but not without inviting fans to join the fun. Share your best triangle-inspired dance on TikTok before January 13th is coming up for a chance to be a part of the entertainment.
I bet a lot of people will be doing that.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, drive-through patrons at the Medford, Massachusetts Dunkin' got the star treatment on Tuesday. Ben Affleck might be starting up a side gig serving up Dunkin' Donuts. It's no secret that the actor enjoys the chain after being spotted numerous times with a Dunkin' coffee in hand, but this time he took a role behind the counter. A drive-through patron snapped this photo of Affleck while he handed them their order. The actor was reportedly only moonlighting as an employee for a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Be kind of cool to see Ben Affleck looking back at you in there, though.
Yeah, unless he messes up your coffee.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, it's your fault, Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
J-Lo has you all distracted. Well, on 2023, the 2023 Girl Scout season is officially underway, and that means cookies.
Ooh.
The raspberry, you gotta keep scrolling. The raspberry rally is similar to the popular Thin Mints, but includes a raspberry filling instead. Boxes will be available to buy online only. You can also order other popular favorites, including Samoas and Adventurefuls, until April. Online only. I'm not used to that.
Girl Scout cookie time.
Yeah, I'm not used to that part yet. I'm used to them coming to the door,
They're
seeing
not
them
coming.
tabling.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. Yeah.
I don't think they're ruling that out, but
Yeah.
maybe it's just the raspberry ones that are available online. I'm going to have to do some research.
All right.
We'll have to find some.
And when you do the
local
research,
Girl
I'll be
Scouts.
glad to test them. You know,
Yeah.
I am an expert cookie tester.
Hey,
so,
yeah, sounds
you know,
good.
yeah.
If any Girl Scouts want to get in touch with us,
Come on the morning show. We'll
Yeah.
eat some cookies and help you sell some cookies.
Sounds
Yeah,
good. Sounds
Great
good.
idea.
Have a good Wednesday, everyone.
I just.
Not being able to see up close can be frustrating. Trying to view your mail, enjoy your favorite book, or even read a prescription bottle can be impossible. Introducing Eye Candy, the sweet new way to see everything bigger, brighter, and better than ever before. And now may be your last chance to get one before they're gone. Fun in design, Eye Candy is no toy. This lightweight, easy-to-hold magnifier utilizes an optical-grade lens that enlarges print by 300%. Yes, 300%.
Eye Candy is really a step above the rest. The magnification is fantastic.
Embedded in Eye Candy's frame are 12 anti-glare LED lights that dramatically help increase clarity. It's a flashlight and magnifier in one.
Even with my reading glasses, I'd still have a problem with the small print. With Eye Candy, everything is bright and clear.
Lightweight and portable, Eye Candy is ideal for extended periods of reading or when you're on the go.
I use Eye Candy when I go out to dinner. Reading the menu, so much easier, especially in the dim light.
Zooming in on your electronic devices only lets you see a